out of my hand.
Sorry.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
So today we're in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico.
Joanne's been wanting to pronounce that most of today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think I pronounced it right. I probably haven't actually, but anyway, I've tried my best.
So what did we do today?
We went on a tour, the old town, and then we went up into the hills and we saw the house that Richard Burton bought Elizabeth Taylor. In fact, they're Richard Burton and Elizabeth Taylor mad, actually, aren't they? Because there was a film or something that they made here. And
this little statue of Richard Burton.
it didn't look anything like Richard Burton or Elizabeth Taylor, but anyway.
There was a statue of two people.
Two people, a woman and a man. It's supposed to be Elizabeth Taylor. And then we went up in the hills, didn't we?
Yeah.
And
you've missed out the cathedral. So
the cathedral, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we popped into the old part of town.
Yeah.
Looked around there, and walked along the seafront, which was nice. There was a bit of a demonstration going on while we were there, but it was all very peaceful. And with a band playing, and it was quite carnival-like. Then we went along to.
They were demonstrating about underage sex and to make it safer for 13-year-olds, and giving out loads of condoms. But you would never have thought it looked like a carnival.
It did look like a carnival.
But evidently that's what it was. So yeah.
And then we went to the cathedral and. I hadn't expected to be allowed to go in because it said no shorts.
Yeah. For men.
But they seemed to be very relaxed about it, didn't they?
A couple of beggars on the church stairs with children, people were giving them money. I never know whether to give money or not, really. I didn't in this case, but it's not nice to see. But no, that's the world over, isn't it?
But the cathedral itself was very nice. A nice blend of effectively Mexican architecture, quite light, bright, and with some murals on the inside. But
also,
very
it
nice.
felt quite safe as well, because there's a lot of tourists around, and yes, there are people begging, but I did feel quite safe most of the time.
This was another nice port. It had a handful of local shops and duty-free areas, and it had a really nice courtyard with colourful umbrellas stretching over the top, which I captured on our way back. We had to walk a little distance, not far, but not a short of some, to get to the coach area, where we boarded our coach to start our journey.
Did you speak Spanish? No? Sure. Cervezas, and I want una margarita. Two margaritas. Okay, maybe more, maybe 3, 4 margaritas. And then at the end, you speak in Spanish today. How's that? So welcome to Guadalupe. Children, 37. Wow, this is a big family. Actually, I have only 2. I have 1 and 1. My son has 24 years old. My daughter have 21. 2 is enough. Because many you can go to my house. And then we can make a delicious Mexican food. Let me ask you, do you like the Mexican food? Yes? What kind of Mexican food do you like? Tacos. Enchiladas. Burritos.
After a short while, we arrived at this delightful boardwalk, our first stop. There was plenty to do. You could people watch, there were loads of restaurants around the area, and there was also superb sea views as the waves crashed onto the rocks below. Along the length of the boardwalk were a large number of sculptures which made for interesting viewing. Further along the boardwalk was this couple. The guy was balancing stones on top of other stones, creating little pillars. It looked incredibly difficult, requiring an awful lot of patience, which, to be perfectly honest, I just don't have, but it was interesting to watch. It wasn't long before we arrived at the ubiquitous letters that spelled out the name of the place that we were in. And at the end of the boardwalk was this lovely little plaza with the typical Mexican decorations hanging across the street. A short distance up the street we could see the crown-shaped spire of the church that we were making our way to, but first a comfort break. On leaving the restroom area, I could hear the sound of a band, so I went off to investigate. There seemed to be some sort of protest going on, and you could see a number of people milling around. The band was actually really good. This iconic crown on the top of the steeple has had to be rebuilt a couple of times due to damage from earthquakes and erosion. Mexico does some brilliant churches, and this one is no exception. Its gleaming white and gold interior looks absolutely fantastic. I didn't think I was going to get in here, as the tour literature said I needed to wear long trousers. So I was expecting to sort of film around outside, but others were going in with shorts, so I joined them. No one seemed to have a problem. So then it was follow the tour guide and find the coach as we got back on to continue our tour. And then we went out of town.
Yeah.
And
I do the driving. Oh my God.
Sorry?
The driving.
Why?
Well, it was pretty bad, wasn't it? I don't know
I
if you...
didn't think the driving was that.
Not our coach driver, but the other people. My
yes.
God, they've got a death wish.
Yeah, well, there was I only saw a couple of accidents, and that was in the short distance from the cathedral to getting out of town, where a guy just opened his car door in front of the local bus, and it crunched. And there was another one, which is...
The car just shot across the bus, didn't it? Because he wanted to get the parking space, and he did.
So, a bit of an experience, shall we say. And then going out of town, we stopped off at a couple of viewpoints to look at effectively sea views.
The man had an iguana and a bright green lizard. Did you see the bright green lizard? And he was putting them on people to take photographs, and then they gave him some money, which I know, but I just don't agree with that. I felt really sorry for the iguana.
I felt really sorry for the iguana. He looked really...
Iguana, isn't it?
Yeah. Anyway, the iguana looked completely hacked off by
it was horrible. I hate that. I really hate it.
But you know, the views were nice. The
Beautiful place. If you want to come to Mexico, Puerto Vallarta is absolutely beautiful. Beautiful flowers, beautiful hotels. I mean, you can be really posh and go to really expensive ones or medium. They've got all ranges, you know. Beautiful place. Beautiful beaches, absolutely. As
we went out of town, we got probably some of the topper end resorts, condominiums, etc. And they had really nice views, but you know, the guide was saying that these are millions of dollars.
As they look over the sea.
Which is probably why Richard Burton and Elizabeth Taylor have one, you know, and we haven't.
Walking tour to our city. Now you feel like we are Mexican family. See it? This is that we call the old town of Puerto Vallarta. This is a nice place to stay here all the time, all day long, if you want to be in the El Malecón of our city. So now let's go. Let's start Puerto Vallarta. Let's go to the romantic area. Zona Romantica. You know, friends, down there is a nice beach that we call Los Muertos Beach or Beach of the Dead. Because down there used to be our second cemetery in Puerto Vallarta that we call nowadays as Playa Los Muertos or Beach of the Dead. But now, some of the people, they change the name, now they call this night beach as Playa del Sol.
The second stop was the shop stop, which was a bit of a surprise because usually they come at the end.
With this stone, we never carried like a diamond, emerald, or sapphire or something. The natural shape we find, we made the jewelry. We adapt the settings in silver or gold to show you like it, okay? And we made another stone.
That's a long way to Canada. To Japan, more than 5 hours. So now let's go, friends. Let's go out to this beautiful area that we call Conchachinas or Chinese Shelf area. Up there are beautiful houses, villas for rent and for sale. So the one we call Conchachinas. Friends, here on the right side, this beautiful view of this bay. Puerto Vallarta is like a paradise town. With this vegetation all over, these tropical flowers, bougainvilleas, hibiscus flower, they bloom all year round. The red snapper, the mahi-mahi, Some families are fishing in this area. Dear friends, this is a nice place to swim. 85. It's a nice place to stay here. So on this side we have Miss Malgoya Beach, Black Point Beach, Palmares Beach, Los Muertos Beach, the other side of the city.
Shortly after leaving the romantic area, we arrived at our third stop. It consisted of a number of assorted huts that were selling various wares, overlooking these two massive granite rocks. These rocks are protected and are now a marine nature reserve. And on the other side to the granite rocks was this lovely little sandy beach with no obvious way of getting down there. Seemed like we were only here for 10 minutes and then it was time to continue the tour.
The time they deliver to the restaurant area.
So we got to the sort of furthest point from the ship. Did a quick stop to take a few photographs, and which was where the iguanas were, and then we turned round and on the way back we went to, well, we thought at first it was a hotel, but I actually think it was a specialised condominium resort.
You could stay there. So yeah, you could stay there. To eat a meal, it was $175 for 2 people. It's advertised. So I don't know what it would cost to stay there, but it was one of the best swimming pools. And I've seen a few swimming pools in my time. It was one of the best swimming pools I've ever seen. I mean, it didn't even look like a swimming pool. It was beautiful. And it was huge, and it went all through the complex. Oh, it was just beautiful, wasn't it?
It had a series of waterfalls.
Yeah.
It had a series of fountains.
It didn't look like a swimming pool, but it was a swimming pool. And they had the most beautiful carousel there, which was free to go on. So we went on the carousel. Did you get on a horse or a lion?
I can't remember. I think I got on a lion.
Did you? I just sat in the chair and played it safe. But we filmed that, so.
Yeah, it was lovely. The whole environment, it was well landscaped, superb gardens, superb selections of
beautiful
plants.
Shops. We didn't go in any because they looked really, really expensive, but it was a nice place to go. Yeah.
And somewhere that told you either timeshare or condominiums. I didn't fancy asking, but
no. I forgot what the hell was it called.
It began with a T.
We'll have to try and find out.
Yeah,
put it on the
village. I'll put it down below.
I can't remember what it's called.
But I did take a picture of it. But no,
did you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was lovely. It was a lovely experience there.
Yeah, it was really nice. Yeah.
And then we came back.
Oh, and the toilets.
Oh yeah. Now, it took me about 3 minutes to work out.
He's used to going to Japan with the flashy ones in Japan.
How to flush the loo. And in the end, I gave up using the control panel.
Yeah, I did. I tried because it didn't know anything logical.
And I used the thing on
and I just used the normal thing. But then the most beautiful rock hand basin, and then I was talking to some ladies outside and they couldn't get that to work. And
Oh, I got that.
I had no trouble with that. But yeah, flushing the loo, I just thought, I had no idea which one to do.
I pushed the button because the lady in front of me said push the bottom button. So I pushed the bottom button and a blue light came on and said washing, but it didn't actually
Do
flush.
anything, yeah.
You
So
know?
they're going to last about 2 minutes. But yeah, they have got an ordinary flush thing.
Yeah.
So that's what I did.
But yeah, that was quite an experience.
Oh, and then another lady, she put the soap on and there was no water coming out, so she had to go out. She had soap all over her hands and she had to wait for the next toilet. There was only 3.
Yeah.
She had to wait for the next one to come free so she could just go in and get the water to get the soap off. So,
That was some negotiation.
which I thought was quite funny.
suspect.
That's what I said to me.
So back of this resort, the Barceló, that's the Mismaloya River. So then we went to go up there into the pool, walk into that arch, to that nice place. It was a like a small town. They have the whole service. It's all the nice houses in the hill. Beautiful view to the floodway of Banderas Bay. These are the comas of the city. It's like a botanic garden, this area. We call Garza Blanca.
We disembarked the bus as it wouldn't fit through the narrow opening and got on another vehicle to take us up.
So let's
And at the top we were greeted by a lovely area with nice cool refreshments being served and restrooms available to those that needed them.
Hello, we're in Puerto Vallarta in this magnificent, very posh place.
Hotel by the looks of
Is
it.
it? And where's the hotel?
I think the hotel's over to our left.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful shops, fantastic
Gorgeous.
pool, one of the best swimming pools I've ever seen. I have taken some footage of that. I
And,
presume it's a swimming pool, isn't it?
Yeah, and a lovely magic roundabout, carousel behind.
Beautiful carousel behind,
Yeah, all white.
which you can go on.
Yep.
Somebody's already been on it.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful here.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Lovely weather. What more could you want?
Yep, beautiful.
stay here longer. We can stay here all day long. Did you went to the Carousel? Enjoy the view of this beautiful place called Puerto Vallarta.
And then we made our way back to the ship, which was quite a nice trek back. It's nice to see these countries. I mean, when you go out, they take you to the place that the tourists go to. Yeah. I actually find it interesting to look at the places that the tourists don't go to look at the
Well, don't we know that? You find the graffiti, don't you?
I find the graffiti.
And the statues that people don't normally take.
Mm.
Yeah.
But no, overall, I think it was a lovely city.
Yeah, quite a lot of cobbles and uneven if you're a bit not good at walking on them. I'm not. I take a walking stick with me.
The roads were very bumpy, yes.
Yeah, it was, and very dusty. Mm. But it was just Mexico, so you get dust in Mexico.
And it was lovely. And then we made our way back to the ship.
And if I was going to go on holiday to Mexico, this would be one of the places I would think of going because it was absolutely beautiful and just loved so many restaurants and all sorts of things. Yeah, really active nightlife.
Thoroughly enjoyable.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this ends, I think, our visit today, and we'll be with you later on. This is our last
You're
port.
looking at me again. Look at the camera.
I know. This is our last port of call.
2 sea days now, and then then we end up at Los Angeles, and then we fly home. And then Steve edits it all for you to see.
Yeah. We might actually do a sort of, what's our view of Princess Cruise versus our view of the celebrity cruises and the Royal Caribbean cruises that we've been on previously. But you'll have to wait and see. All right.
See ya.
See ya. Bye-bye.
Here's the
It's nice and cheesy. Nice contrast with the breadstick as well. Lovely.
That out.
I'll have to send it to you later.
Okay, thank you.
Inside, don't punish me with brutality. Talk to me, which you can see.